The other thing that I wanted to kind of bring up is the use of a tuner. Um, a tuner for ham radio is pretty essential, especially if you're using wire antennas. Wire antennas are pretty common. The tuner that I decided to pick was what is called an LDG, that's the name of the company, an AT897 Plus. This particular tuner actually is, hence the name 897, is kind of tied in and integrates with this radio almost perfectly. If I had the time, what you can do is that you can actually attach it to the side of the radio like this and carry it as one unit. Again, the portability factor being one of the reasons that I went with this. This particular antenna tuner is a pretty wide range, but the bottom line is the reason that you need an antenna tuner is because the wire antennas, or a lot of antennas for that matter, that are used in ham radio are only what is called resonant or maximum power output at one particular frequency. All the other frequencies that surround it, so to speak, don't get as much juice, and to make a long story short, the standing wave ratio, or what's called SWR, becomes too high. And if it becomes too high, then that particular unit doesn't put out power at all. If it's over a certain standing wave ratio, the radio actually disables the amplifier output, which is a safety feature built into all current modern radios. I don't know any that do not have this. Back in the old days, they used to use tube radios, and the tube radios were a lot more forgiving. But with the advent of solid-state radios like this, they have found that the use of a tuner has become pretty essential. So that's the antenna tuner that I get with it, and again, since it integrates really well with the radio. And also, I bought an LDG. It's an FT meter, and this is pretty much a design specifically for the 897 and I think the 857 unit that Yaesu sells. But the deal here is that you can actually see your power output, you can actually see your SWR, and you can also see your S units for send and receive. So in other words, you can tell what your signal strength is, like of various stations, and you can give them a report and such. But this plugs into a jack at the bottom of the radio here, and that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. Let me go ahead and set it up, and I'll fire it up. Be right back.